Everybody, how's it going? It's Dave here, Shot Jock. Haven't done a video in a minute, so I wanted to do one today because we did a pick, and this is an interesting pick. This is one of those picks. So let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's what we got. Here's what we're dealing with. This is one of those picks where it's almost a side of the road trash type pick. There's just a lot of junk in here, and I did not take the time to go through it all. I made I just threw a number out there to the lady, and she took it. So I need to go through these. That's always fun, even if it's garbage. It's always fun to just kind of look through when you make a pick like this. And I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, there's records with water damage. There's records with no sleeves. I mean, you can tell that thing's warped. Without even having it on a turntable. You got CDs that you can just, I mean, they're just dirty. It's just an absolute mess. But every once in a while, when you make a pick like this, you find a jewel. So that's what we're hoping. We're hoping there is a needle in the haystack. So the way this has to come together here is the way I see it is I need to find 5 records that I can sell for $5 in that mess, and I'll break even. Or 5 records that I want to keep, that I personally think that, hey, this is cool, I want to keep this. Then it's not an investment, you know, I'm not going to make any money off of it, but it was worth the pick because A, you get the fun of going through it all, and B, you find 5 records that you want. So that's the goal. We got to find 5 we can sell or 5 we can keep. Now, what would make this a home run, a Little League home run, would be if we found 5 we could sell and 5 we could keep. That means that the 5 we're keeping were free because we sold the 5, and then the rest, even if they're trash, nothing lost on that. So we're going to go through these. I'm not going to make you guys go through them all here. I'm going to go through them, and then we are going to come back and update you on what we find and see if there's 5 and 5 or just 5 or the other 5 or nothing. Or maybe there's just one. Maybe there's one gym in there that I can get, $20-25 for. We'll see. So in your time, it's going to be as quick as a flip of a transition. In my time, it's going to take me a few minutes, and we're going to do this. But we'll always have fun doing it, and we'll be back with you in just a little bit and let you know what we found. All right, we got the readers on. We're back. We've gone through that pick, and we're going to show you the highlights. It took a minute. I got a different shirt on. Did you notice that? So, hey, before I get into this, Augie's Vinyl channel. That's the guy. That's the guy I was telling you about yesterday. Well, it's earlier in the video, so just a few moments ago. Tense. He's intense, man. I think he's New Jersey, New York. He's got a little bit of that New York accent, but he's intense. He's my favorite guy to watch on YouTube, and he's informative, and he makes he themes his videos, and he's a huge collector. It blows my collection away. Anyway, cool. If you ever get a chance to check him out, check out Auggie. He has good stuff. So right now we're gonna go through the pick, and I think we did okay. There's more than 5 records that I'm gonna keep. I don't think there's 5 records that are going to bring $5, but there's a lot of $2 and $3 and $4 records. Of course, I price low. I do. I try to price what would I spend. I don't go with this near mint. I mean, I do that stuff because that's the standard. That's how people know. But I don't. Okay, look. If it's Lawrence Welk and it's mint, it's not $35. Okay, because I might give you $5 for it. So I price as if I were buying and try to be fair that way. Of course, I got to make money, so it also, what I pay for it depends on, it goes into the equation. But in this pick, we bought it right. So if we just sold the few records that are in condition to sell at $1 a piece, we'd make our money back. And it's not always about making money, but for the purpose of the video, that's what I'm trying to show you guys, that this is how I do it. So, all right, let's take a look at what we have found on this pick. All right, so we're going to flip. It's easier that way, and we're going to go through the full-length vinyl records first off, okay? So we got Michael Damian, Rock On. I remember this song from the 80s. I never knew what the dude looked like. At the time, we were living in a house that didn't have cable, so we weren't seeing a lot of MTV, and I didn't know what the dude looked like. But here it is. Here it is. Michael Damian and Rock On. So here we go. Animotion. That has the song Obsession on it. I can get $5-6 for that for sure. The Fat Boys Are Disorderlies. Come on, man. This is gold right here. This is money, money, money. Problem is, it's got water stains on it, and the back of it's got, you know, some where the water, it's been gotten wet and been ripped away. So you're not gonna get no money for this. But just seeing this is just gold. DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night, and again another dollar record. Madonna, Who's That Girl? This one could have been worth a few bucks, but you can see it's pretty well beat up. I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I try to list it for sale. Scritti Politti on this record. That's awesome. But yeah, we probably get $3-4 for that. Patty Austin, Getting Away with Murder. That's cool. There's a lot of R&B music in this pick that I'm not familiar with. Divorce from Tammy Wynette. I have a copy of this at the store right now that's sealed, so we'll hold this one back until that one goes. But you know, it's a pretty clean copy. We can get $4 or $5 for that. That's classic, man. Classic country right there. Company B. Like, I never even heard of these gals before, and I knew nothing about them. So we looked them up, and it's dance music. It's 80s dance music. It sounds exactly like what you think it would sound like, 80s dance music. But yeah, you know, you got girls in miniskirts and lingerie on the cover, but they do a really cool version of Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, and they stay true to the original from like the 1940s. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's dance music. You know, think I don't know how would we put this? Think stuff like she's slipping my mind right now. But you know, like the Weather Girls or stuff like that. It'll Shalimar. It'll hit me in just a minute. But you know, just good R&B dance music. But anyway, that's cool. Never seen that before. Amazulu. Never seen that one before either. You know, and I'm not familiar with that one. Theme from Love Story. I doubt this one will bring much money, but it's clean enough to sell. Here we go. Some stripper music. Stripper music. David Rose and his orchestra play The Stripper. Look at that. Yeah, this one will bring a couple bucks. That's classic. Got to show you the back one of this one. So, yeah, there you go. So, stripper music right there for you. Okay, so we got Philip Oakley, and I don't know how to say his name, Marauder. Julie Brown, Trapped in the Body of a White Girl. Again, this is a timepiece more than being collectible. It's just really cool. It's just a timepiece, and you know, on the back, it's a little risque on the back there. I'm thinking about keeping this because of the timepiece of it, and I remember Julie Brown being on MTV. But I don't know. That one might be one of the more valuable ones in the collection. I could probably get $8-10 for that one. Aretha, probably get $8-10 for this one. This is a good album right here. Alphabet City from ABC. This has got what is that song? When Smokey Sings. Yeah, that was a big hit for these guys. ABC. Yep. The Black Stallion Returns, a soundtrack. You don't see that one every day. Bette Midler, Live at Last. I don't even know. Alton McLean and Destiny. Again, another R&B that I'm not familiar with. Bananarama. There you go. Soundtrack from a Chorus Line. Ray Charles and Solomon Brooke. I might end up keeping this one. Ray Charles. That's going to be some good music. Okay, here's a couple of them that I can get $8-10 for. So here's the ones I'm counting on to make me some money back. Yeah, it's a little dirty right here, but we can clean that up. So we got ABBA, and then ABBA. There we go. Manhattan Transfer. New Edition, Candy Girl. Again, a timepiece. That's what that other one, Company B. That sounds a little bit like the New Edition, except, you know, girls singing, not young guys. Candy Girl, that was a hit off of this one. And I remember when this one was out, we had the 45. We played it a lot because it was a big hit, and I worked at a roller rink. Yvonne Elliman. This one's got the cut up top, but it's got If I Can't Have You on it, her biggest hit. Mike Post doing TV songs, TV music. Sergio Mendes, Tina Marie, Dean Martin. There you go. That's some classic stuff. The Dark Crystal soundtrack. Mike Post again. Shadrach. I'm interested. I'm going to listen to this one. I don't know if I'll keep it or not, but I'm interested in it. This is an indie artist. Indie music right there for you. Leo Sayer. Mondo Rock. Philip Bailey. Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind & Fire. That's a good record. We can probably get a couple bucks for that one. Firefox, not familiar at all. Charlie Pride, some classic country for you. John Denver. And then here's the ones that are probably, remember I said 5 that I can keep or 5 that I can sell for $5? Okay, so these are the 5. Aretha Franklin, Who's Zoomin' Who. This has got Freeway of Love on it, and of course the Who's Zoomin' Who song on it. And this was kind of her big comeback in the 80s. Sold quite a few copies. And I feel that this is a very fair price record. You know, it's somewhere between, you know, $7 and $9. So there's our number 1. Paul McCartney, Band on the Run. Again, another record that, you know, fair price is $7 to $10. I've seen this as high as $18, $20 in the stores. So there's our second one. Third one, El Dorado from ELO. I already have this one. Otherwise, I'd be keeping it, but that's a pretty clean copy. I don't know how this clean copy of ELO's El Dorado got in there. Now, if it was mint, this is a $20 record. It's not mint, though. It's got a little scuff mark over here, and it's got some wear and tear and stuff. So, again, another, you know, $7 to $10 record. So there's 3 of them. Mr. Yeah, I don't see this one very often out in the wild. So I'm glad to have this one in the collection and be able to offer it for sale. Again, another $7 to $10 record. And Bellew-Some. I might keep this one, although this is my number 5 on the list that I can get $7 to $10 for. These guys were like an 80s alternative new wave type band, and they had a song on the Pretty in Pink soundtrack called Round and Round, and I don't think I've ever heard anything else by them. So this is another one that I'll be listening to before I decide if I'm selling it or to keep it. So there's 2 of those in there. So anyway, there's at least 5 we can get $5 to $10 on, and a whole lot more that we can get anywhere from $1 to $5 on. Okay, so that's the long play records. Now, when you do these picks, the thing is, you sell half of them. Half of them never sell. Some of them are in there. I could price them just, you know, I could price Aretha Franklin at $3. There's no guarantee it's going to sell. Great artist, legendary voice. She doesn't fly off the shelf. She just doesn't. So there's no guarantee that that's going to happen in that aspect. But you never know. You just don't know what people are looking for or what they're going to buy. Like me, when I go to a record store and I'm buying for me, I'm buying the off-the-wall stuff, the TV show soundtracks that you've never seen out there before, the one-hit wonders that you forgot about, you know, like that Downtown Julie Brown. I'm buying stuff like that because it's timepieces, it brings back memories, and I've got the big stuff. You know, I've got the popular stuff. I've got the Who and Zeppelin and Eagles and Boston. I've got that stuff. So I look for that weird stuff, and I think there's other people like that out there, so you just never know what's going to sell. So if we sell half of those items right there, at even $2 a piece, we will have at least broken even on our pick. And we've got more to go because we've got Christmas, we've got gospel, and we've got 12-inch singles. There were a ton of 12-inch singles in this collection. So we'll get to those in just a minute. Right now, let's take a look at the gospel music, the Christian rock. So in one of my very, very first videos back at the beginning of this little adventure, I mentioned that I also collect Christian rock. And I do. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit here in this segment because there was some Christian rock music in this collection of music, of records. And I also collect like those off-the-wall, independent, local gospel groups. I don't know why. I think it's just cool to think that back in the day, before there were CDs and internet, people would spend the money to go into the studio and release a record. And I just think that's cool. So here's one of those records. This is Rest at the End of the Road. It's the Noten Quartet. And this is, a lot of times these things don't have dates on them. And that's the case with this one. There's no date on here, okay? But it was recorded in Kingsport, Tennessee, which is just up the road from me. And the group, the Noten Quartet, is managed by a gentleman in Morristown, Tennessee. And that's just up the road from me as well. So this is local indie music, if you will. And so we're probably going to hang on to that one. So there's another one. So that's at least 3 records we're keeping. Over the Sunset Hills, this is cool because it's Bluegrass Mountain Boys. And we love bluegrass around here. And this one's sealed, the only sealed record in the whole lot. Andrews Blackwood and Company, good gospel group. I have this record already, so I'll try to, I'm in some communities online, some Christian music collectors online. I'll let them know that this is here and see if maybe I can move it through them. Chris Eaton, very 80s sounding, good record. I've got this one as well, so we'll be doing the same thing, trying to push this one online. Hard to sell this stuff in stores. Not a lot of people know about it. Maybe 1/10 of the population knows about it, and out of those people, not all of them collect vinyl, and those that do don't collect Christian vinyl, so it's just a very, very small market. Eating a Dog. Now this is a great record. A great record. I have this record, so I'll be seeing if anyone's interested in it. It's kind of hard to find. There weren't a ton of copies pressed. This is kind of prog rock a little bit. Emerson, Lake and Palmer comes to mind. A lot of keyboard synthesizers in it. It just I think they're from Sweden. I think that's where they're from. I don't remember exactly, but this is a great record. Like, look, if you're collecting records and you're not out there trying to be cool, and you're not out there and you don't care, necessarily what the message is, and you just want to hear good music, grab this record. It's just good music, okay? Alan Robertson, I do not have this one. Who else we got? The Gospel Music Association Top Songs from 1975. I do have that one. Again, another timepiece. The Heartbeats, I do not have this one, and I'm curious to hear what this sounds. If this does not say 80s, I don't know what does. So we're probably going to keep this one. So there's another one we're keeping. And we are definitely keeping this one, The Gospel at Kiwanis. I'll get back to it in just a second, because then we have Michael Card, singer-songwriter. The Gospel at Kiwanis. Look at this, man. The Five Blind Boys of Alabama, J.D. Steele Singers. I mean, I'm going to keep this one. I mean, unless I play it and it's just terrible. But that is like there's Christian rock and there's Southern gospel, and then there's just gospel, urban gospel, if you want to call it that, black gospel. And there's just no music like that kind of music. Look who produced this, Donald Fagen. Okay, I am interested, and I cannot wait to put this record on. This is probably the most curious record out of all of them in this bunch that I want to hear. I'll be getting to number 2 on that list in just a second, but I am so curious as to what this is going to sound like, and I'm excited, and I hope it's what I'm expecting it to be. Because yeah, there's just no music like good old-fashioned gospel music. A lot of it today is rap influenced, and you just go back to that old gospel music, and man, that is just some powerful. It's move ya music. That's what you call it. Move ya music. It gets you moving. It makes you feel something in your soul. It's just good music. Good music. All right, so we got the gospel music, we got the 12-inch records, the vinyl records, the long play records, what have you. Now we're going to look at Christmas. Let's look at Christmas. Christmas always sells, and you never know what's going to sell. Like, you could have a guy that is the most heavy metal rock and roll dude you've ever heard, okay? And they'll go buy a Frank Sinatra Christmas record or a Bing Crosby, because Christmas just takes you to a place. And that place is dependent upon what you grew up with. Like, for me, it's Elvis, okay? It's not Christmas time till Elvis's Christmas record goes on the turntable. And usually we make that happen Thanksgiving night or the day after. And that's just it. I can just close my eyes and I am just there. I'm just there growing up. And so that's what Christmas music does to people. So let's take a look at some of the Christmas records we found in this collection that we're going to list for sale. And, $2-3 a record. Again, not trying to break the bank here. And that's another reason I think I move a lot of Christmas music, is because if it takes you to that moment and you're not paying top dollar for that moment, people will buy it. So here we have Shalava. Songs of Christmas, Volume 2. This is mostly contemporary Christian music singers from the 80s. Sheila Walsh, Scott Wesley Brown, Michael Card, those kind of folks. But again, I mean, if you're listening to Christmas music, most people don't really care who's singing it. It's the songs. Larnell Harris, Christmas. That'll be a good record. Debating on keeping that one. I am. 25 Songs of Christmas. I actually have this one. Good record. A Gift for All Seasons. Christmas Praise. Again, contemporary Christian artists. Splendor in Majesty. Oh, I lied to you. I said that was the only sealed record. No, this record is sealed as well, but it's not in. Even though it's sealed, somehow through the years, it still got pretty dirty, and it still has the for sale on it there. 4/12/84. This thing was put in the stores. Never been opened. Kind of cool. Almost want to keep it and not open it. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. These kids stuff. These kids Christmas records. Hot items at Christmas time. Absolutely. Floyd Kramer. Yeah, that piano guy. Absolutely. Still has the original sticker on it. A GRP Christmas. And I'm probably going to listen to this one before deciding if I keep it or not. Jazzy Christmas music. That could be very interesting. And this one I am keeping without question. Mahalia Jackson Christmas. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I can't wait to hear that one. I just belting out Christmas songs. I have a song by her. I have Go Tellin' on the Mountain by her on a compilation set of Christmas music. And you want to talk about singing, just wow. So anyway, we're going to save it for Christmas time, but we're going to play this at Christmas. Who knows, I might do a Christmas record video come Christmas time, and you might see this one again, because this one we are keeping. So I said I had to keep 5 to break even, and I think I'm already on 3, 4, I think I'm already on 5, and I haven't got to a couple of categories. All right, so next we're going to go to a surprise. All right, so here's the surprise. You're saying, Dave, that's just a dumb soundtrack to a movie that was never a big hit. No, it's not. This is a stereo laser disc. Look at that. Yes, The Marrying Man, The Morning After, and Steel Magnolias. Julia Roberts, Daryl Hannah, Dolly Parton, Sally Field, and more. Laser video discs. How cool. So this is what a laser disc looks like. You can see it's shiny. It looks like a CD. This is before CDs. Look, you see my reflection in there along with the prism. And I'm holding the phone today because I'm moving it around a lot. I don't have it on my tripod. But yeah, that's what they look like. And you would think these things would be collectible, but there's like no market for them. Every once in a while I'll sell one, and people always tell me, if I get a chance to talk to them, they're buying it for the artwork. So like they're buying it for that cover right there and the scenes from the movie on the back. That's what people buy these things for, because I don't think anybody really has Laserdisc players before. You can find them on eBay, I believe. But yeah, there's no market for these things, but I just thought it was really cool that there was 3 of them in this collection, so I had to show them to you. Had to share them. All right, so I got one more section category of music that was in this pick that I want to show you, and these are the 12-inch singles. Now, these are interesting. I collect these. Like, if I'm out picking records and I find them, sometimes I'll buy them, even if I don't really like the song or don't know the song, just because it's cool I just think it's fun to collect them. I like to just hear what people do to a song. So the song's already hit, usually a lot of times. It's already hit, and so they extend it out, sometimes just to sell you another copy. That's really the only reason. Other times it's for the clubs, so they can play them in the clubs and get more of a beat and get the dance going. And hey, when I used to DJ, I loved them because, that was break time. That was go flirt with a snack bar girl, or if you're at the bar, go flirt with the bartender, or, use the restroom. So I loved them as a DJ. So sometimes I collect them, and usually they're cheap. Now, they're starting to kind of pick up in price a little bit. They were always $1. Now I'm seeing them $4, $5, $6, even $8 if it's a hit. So they're getting to be a little more pricey. Most of the ones I have here, if I get $1 for them, I'm going to be doing good. But it's just cool that there's so many in there. So it makes me wonder, even though the person I got them from was obviously not a DJ, because she was a picker, goes out and finds things. I wonder if some of these records were originally owned by a DJ. So let's take a look at some of the 12-inch versions of these long plays that I found here on this pick. So Nick Kamen, and I do not know him, and I do not know this song, but I thought it was interesting because it's produced by Madonna. You see that right there? Yeah, I thought that was interesting. So yeah, edited by the Latin Rascals, and there you see Madonna down there. So I'll have to look this one up, see if it's worth anything, because I've never heard of that one. Lean on Me, the remix, I actually have this one. ABC, How to Be a Zillionaire, big 80s hit. What we got here? Oh Yeah by Yellow. Oh yeah. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, I have this one like on 5 different versions, because that was always a background jam that we would play like when we were doing announcements and stuff at weddings. Swing Out Sister with Twilight World. Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling. Again, 80s music coming at you. George Michael, I Want Your Sex, the 12-inch version. Miami Sound Machine with Bad Boy, the remix. Here you're getting into some very early house music. This one's Strong Enough, George Jones and Die Bass, Lolita Holloway, and it even talks over here, Total House Patrol. So yeah, you're getting into some very early house music right there. Sheila E., that's pretty cool, and yes, Prince's name is on it. It says Photography by Prince. Here you go. You're going to dig this one. Look at that. Samantha Fox. Yeah, she's had a couple of hits, basically being a sex symbol. And so people bought her records. And the guy must have liked her because there's 2 copies of Samantha Fox in this collection. Lips Inc., the ones that did Funky Town. Yeah, I never knew they had another song. But not only do they have another song, they put out some 12-inch versions of it. There's one called Pucker Up. And there's one called Designer Music. Anyway, very interesting. C'est La Vie by Robbie Neville. I have this, and he's got 2 copies of it, so now we have 2 copies to sell. New Shoes with Poolside. Dead or Alive. Now, these guys have a really big cult following, especially with the alternative crowd, and we'll see how this one does. This one is, we'll see. I'll I'll save you all my kisses, dead or alive. Okay, one of the worst records. When I do my video on the worst songs ever made, you know, and it's going to be pop songs, you know, popular songs. This song will make my list, I promise you. I can't stand this song, but here's a remix. So I think I'm going to listen to it just to see if the remix is any better than the radio single. But no matter what, I will give this one away if I have to. Laid Back, Stephanie Mills, Kim Carnes, Crazy in the Night. Teen Dream, I don't even know. Don't even remember them. Nancy Martinez, ABC, 12-inch version. The Weather Girls, It's Raining Men, the 12-inch single version. Roadblock, Denise Williams, Nona, Dead or Alive Again with Youthquake. Laid Back Again, Play It Straight. Cherelle, I kind of remember her. I don't know this lady at all. Venice Thomas, I don't know her. Here's an interesting one for you. Sugar Hill Records, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the Party Mix, 1981. Original, all the way back to the originations of rap music. That one's probably worth keeping. Mariah Carey's Dream Lover, if only it wasn't all messed up. That one would bring a couple bucks, but as you can see, even there, it's kind of dirty. All right, and then the ones I'm keeping, okay? Check this out. We have the Jetsons, okay? And this is a remix of the Jetsons theme song. This is so cool. I'm going to keep this one, even if it's terrible. Look at that. It's got the Jetsons title, okay, and then side B. Are you looking at that? Jane, get me off this crazy thing. The TV Tunes Master Mix Late Night Dance Mix. How cool is that? The Jetsons main title, they're on side A, the long play version. Yeah, we're hanging on to that one. We're going to hang on to this one too, even though, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the song. It takes me back. One Night in Bangkok. Yeah. Then we got George Michael, Father Figure. Probably the only George Michael song that I actually ever liked. And then Taco. Oh, this don't take you back to the 80s. I don't know. That is the 80s. Putting on the Ritz, the long version. So those are the ones that we're going to keep. All right, we're getting comfy in the chair here. So I got one more segment I want to do. Basically, this is the almost, the what if, or the oh so close. There was a few records in here that, man, if they would have been taken care of, or the lady left them outside. She's doing a yard sale, and she left them outside. And I mentioned, I'm like, hey, these have been outside. She said, oh, we covered them. Yeah, they're paper, okay? And they got dirty, and they got wet, and they got moldy. And it just ruined so many of these records. And these are some that, man, if they wouldn't have been ruined, this would have been a great pick. So let me show you the ones that, oh, it just breaks my heart to see them in the shape they're in. So we'll start off with Larry Howard, Sanctified Blues. Now, this guy is a blues virtuoso, okay? This guy can play and sing the blues. Passed away a few years ago, contemporary Christian rock artist. And even though this is not a highly sought after, and probably a lot of you guys out there watching this right now, I'm like, who? Well, let me just tell you, in the Christian rock collector's world, this one's hard to find, heavily sought after, and it's a demo version with the cut corner. So this one, you know, no Christian rock brings top dollar. But this one would have brought a few bucks. So I'm going to clean it up, make sure it plays, and see if anybody wants it anyway, because you just can't get rid of this, even with the scuff on the record cover and everything. It's just such a hard to find and very good record. Then we got Paula Abdul's Forever Your Girl. You can see it's just all messed up all over. It's just so it got wet. So probably still salvageable and get a couple bucks for it. Jim Croce, what a songwriter, man. But again, just got wet and it's just all messed up. Another copy of El Dorado. You can see the mold on that. Yeah, we'll wash our hands when we're done. All you mold people, don't freak out. You're not going to get sick watching a video. Janet Jackson, Miss You Much, the 12-inch single. Oh, what? That would have been a cool one to have. It really would have. This is when she was good. And it's just ruined, okay? Otis Redding, the Immortal. Look how damaged and beat up this thing is, and the water stains on it. Oh, man, Otis Redding. Marty Robbins, The Story of My Life. Again, just beat to the band. It's even got mold on it down there. Just, Ted Nugent, man. That could have been a $20 record. Like, this thing could have paid for the whole pick. So heartbreaking to see that in that kind of shape. And then look at that. 50,000 Elvis fans can't go wrong. Elvis Presley just beat to the band. 15 cents, somebody once was asking for it. They couldn't even get it. Well, yeah, in that kind of shape, I can see why. And then down here, the Holy Grail, Dolly Parton. Here in Tennessee where we live, She actually will bring more money than Elvis Presley, probably as much as the Beatles, and even a little bit more than some of your heavy metal bands like Motley Crue, Metallica, and Guns N' Roses. She demands a dollar. Her records are in high demand down here, and people will pay for it. But this one is just beat to the band. It's worse than what this video is even doing, showing. I mean, look at the mold on the back of it. So yeah, that's heartbreaking. So those are the near miss records. That this could have been a very profitable pick. I think we're gonna break even. I think we'll make our few bucks back. Look, we didn't pay nothing for this one. That's why it was fun doing this video, because this is one of those. I didn't really pick through it because I saw the trash and there was so much of it that I didn't really want to pick. So I just threw a low ball number out there, and she didn't even balk. She just like, yep, take them out of here, get rid of them for me. I don't want to deal with them. So that's why it was fun to do this video, because on those kind of picks, you never know. You never know. And I may not break even. It may take a lifetime to sell $20 worth of records, $25, $30, whatever it was I paid her. But I got my 5 or 6 that I'm going to keep, so that makes it a successful pick. And it was fun going through it, and it was fun doing this video, and I'm going to have fun listening to some of these, and I'm not sure what they are. Some of those remixes, I want to hear what they sound like, and that gospel with the Blind Boys of Alabama that produced by Donald Fagen, listening to that's going to be cool. And then the Bellusum, have a couple records that, artists that I've always liked but never really went out and bought. So that's going to be cool. So in that aspect, this was a very, very successful pick, and it's just, it was a pick that wasn't done for profit. It was a pick just to do a pick, just to go through and see. And those are fun. Those are so much fun. So thanks for watching. A little bit longer video today, but we haven't done one in a while. And hey, check out Auggie. I'm telling you, check him out. The dude is intense. He's fun to watch. And I hope that all you other vinyl community folks out there doing videos accept me, as I'm new to the game. But I'm not new to records. Been collecting them for 40 some years. And it's just such a passion. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.